Hi there, welcome back. So today's video, well, spoiler alert from the outset, I'm showing you all these lovely mica powders, glitters, shells, silver and gold embellishments and so on that I'd really hoped to be able to include in this project, or part one anyway of this project. But things do not go to plan, definitely don't go to plan, and I've left in the video footage so that you can see when things go wrong, they go wrong, and what you can do about it. Whether or not we're able to rescue it will appear in part two. So first up, we've got this gorgeous little octopus mold, which you'll have seen before, and if you haven't, why not check out our playlist. I'm using this beautiful gold mica powder, just applying it to the inside of the mould, using a dry bristled paintbrush, dabbing it on, and then really burnishing it onto the mould. So burnishing, you just mean applying a little bit of pressure with your brush and brushing it into the mould, really trying to rub it in, but obviously being careful at the same time because you don't want to mark the mould. Now I'm going in with a lovely bit of that holographic silver, extra fine silver glitter as well. And I'm really pleased with the way it's going at this point. You'll see what happens though, honestly. Everything that could go wrong, I felt was going wrong after this. And again, with some of the lovely gold glitter as well, because, you know, it's this channel when we like a little bit of gold. Laugh out loud, as they say. So again, just doing the same thing, burnishing it on a bit. It'll only little bits of the glitter will stay attached to the inside of the mould, which is fine. I do turn it over and tap it out on a bit of separate paper and then put it into a little container to keep it. But that's what it looks like. Now, moving on to the much bigger, the big daddy of octopus moulds here. And I'm going to just do exactly the same technique. Apply the mica powder and the glitters using a dry bristled paintbrush, and this one we did on a time lapse as well. So I've applied the white there. It gives a real opalescent sheen and brilliance to it. It's beautiful. Love this mold. We've done it in a rainbow ombre colours. I think we've done it in blue and white, and I thought, you know, let's do it in this project. Let's do it in gold, which is one of our favourite colours for this channel. Now, happy with all of that, and I decided to use a 4-hour demold resin. Yeah. It was late in the day, much later than usual for us when we were trying to create this. We knew it was going to be a 2-part video project, and I really just wanted to get this bit done and then try and do what we were intending to do, moulding the octopuses so they'd fit the next bit of the project. And thought, we'll do it on a 4-hour demold, we'll check it, as long as it's okay to do, we'll demold it, and it'll be great, it'll work. So measured out the resin and the hardener equally, added in my nice little concoction of mica powders and glitters. Go. So we've done the golden mica powder, we've done the leftover glitter from when I was dusting inside the molds. We're now adding the white mica powder, which gave it that lovely opalescent shine and brilliance. Or another word for that, I suppose, is it's like aurora borealis sort of effect. Mica powder is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And then finally, with a little bit of this lovely holographic fine silver glitter. As usual, everything that we've used in today's video with materials and molds will be linked in the description box below. If we can't link it, it just means it's out of stock where we've got it from. So then you can search for something similar through the internet, or maybe try your local hobby crafts or hobbyist store. So finally, in with a bit of the fine gold glitter. What a lovely little potion I've got there. So it's all currently resting on the surface of the resin, and I wanted to smooth it out. So I'm using the spatula there to do that, so we didn't get any little clumps of anything whilst combining it. Now, I hadn't already combined the resin and the hardener. I'm just doing it all in the one stage, the one process. So then spent about 5 minutes mixing it till it was thoroughly mixed in, and it looks like this. Lovely little pot of molten golden liquid there. So you don't do anything different with regards to pouring it. Just zoom you in a bit there. So started to pour this into the smaller of the two octopus molds, and just made sure that we weren't trying to introduce any more bubbles, because you've already done that by mixing in your mica powders and your glitters and pigments if you're using pigment. You can, of course, before you pour it into molds, put it through a degassing or a bubble removing machine if you have one. Otherwise, you know, you just need to be especially careful when you're pouring it into the mold, a little bit at a time, and then do what I've done here. I've picked it up and I'm squidging together the mold where the head bit of the octopus is, and this was to make sure that no air bubbles were then attaching to the inside of that mold that would create like pockets, and it would ruin the mold. It would ruin the mold. It wouldn't ruin the mold. It would ruin the cured piece. So then topped it up, and then carefully went round into each of the octopus's tentacles with a little stir stick, or you can use a little kebab stick or cocktail stick, as long as you're not using something with a sharp pointed end, because you don't want to scratch the surface of the mold or create, you know, little holes and punctures. So just encouraging the resin to go right to the very tip of the tentacle of the octopus there. There we are. This also helps to disperse any little bubbles that might be attached to the sides there, and obviously you don't want that for when it cures. So just making sure that happens, trying to, if you do this as well, it does also ensure that you don't get any overspill. Usually it does anyway. But if you're me, you normally get a little bit of overspill here or there, which you can always tidy up once it's cured by just sort of snipping it off with a little pair of sharp scissors, or filing it off with an emery board. So that was that one done. I put that to one side. I gave it a quick spritz with some isopropyl alcohol just to get rid of any little surface bubbles. So zoomed out a bit because, as I said before, this mold is huge. Sped this little section of the video up so that you can see me just pouring it in. Same process as before. Make sure it gets into every little detail on those tentacles, because it's got quite a bit of detail on this mold. And yeah, once you're happy and it's up to the level of the mold, up to the top, but not over it, then spritz it with some isopropyl alcohol and leave it to cure, which is what I did. By the way, if you've joined us for this video today, we normally have a lot of success with our projects that we do. This one, not so much, but we decided to still show you it, to show, you know, things can go wrong. And then also to discuss about, you know, what we do differently with high insight, which I will explain shortly when you see what's happened. But yes, if you've joined us today to watch, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, why not hit the subscribe button, the like button, drop us a comment, have you used these molds before, and so on. Now, I did have some leftover resin, so I've poured it into those lovely ammonite molds you can see there. And there's another mold you're getting a sneak preview of a future project too. So this is 4 hours later. Now this should be solid, but if not rock solid, it should be a lot more firmer than this. And of course, because I'd already started to demold it thinking, oh, this is fine, I thought I'd be okay. But look at that. I mean, it's just like it's melted. It's just really odd. Haven't had this issue before with 4-hour demold of resin. And I only picked the 4-hour demold resin rather than our regular resin, which takes, you know, at least 24 hours or 18 to 24 hours to cure. Because we wanted still to be able to mold it over the next part of the project, which is in part 2. Very difficult to explain what we were going to do without actually giving it away. But I progressed on and started to demold the bigger one of the two. And I thought at this point, oh, look, this is good. We haven't had the same issue. In the meantime, Wayne was currently looking at the smaller octopus, trying to work out, could we still use it for what we wanted it for or not? And yeah, and eventually made the big decision, and a difficult decision, that we really couldn't use them. So not so good. And again, we didn't have very much success with the ammonite molds either. It just really wasn't my night, I don't think, because by this was about 9:30 at night. I didn't have time to do another 4-hour cure, pour more 4-hour demold resin. So yeah, I mean, look at that. It's happened with this one too. We've got stretching. It's just not cured. It could be maybe because I didn't mix the resin and the hardener together and then add the glitter and the mica, but then why didn't it do it to the rest of the mold? I just look at this. I mean, heartbroken to say the least, because normally whatever comes out of those molds is fantastic. It's lovely. You know, you're sort of, yes, I'm so happy with that. But that didn't happen. And again, we had exactly the same here with the ammonite molds, as you can possibly see from there, although that one looks measurably okay. When they cured, we did leave these to cure overnight, and they weren't. I mean, the detail, they basically sank outwards, if you can sink outwards. They spread, and they shouldn't have done. And yeah, maybe I could have just left them in the molds. But the point of this was that they're supposed to be 4-hour demold, but they weren't. They just weren't. So, unfortunately, the ammonites were in fact so bad in the end that I had to throw them away. So, I made the decision. So this is now 10 o'clock at night. I've remixed the resin, but I've used our regular epoxy resin, not a 4-hour demold. Make 1-to-1 mixing ratio, T-Expert resin, which is the brand we normally use. That wasn't the brand that we used for the 4-hour demold one, unfortunately. Maybe it would have been different, I don't know. But and then just added the glitters and the mica powders, kept my fingers crossed, and re-poured the small octopus and the ammonites as well. I made the decision not to re-pour the large octopus. It wasn't going to work. So rather than do it and then have another one that we couldn't use for what we really wanted it for in this project, in the second part of this project, I thought, no, let's just not do that. So you've in fact got a sneaky preview here of me pouring some lovely golden resin into some ammonite molds. Oh, and we had enough to do a leaf dish as well. So that you can see that, and you'll see the rest of that they're involved with in a future video. There we go, look. Goodness me. So all fingers crossed, toes crossed, praying to the resin gods and everything else. And then the following day, this is me. Now I'm trying to use a brand new pair of gloves, everyone. These are actually chemical grade gloves. So again, I still can't quite get them so that they fit me properly. They're always just a bit too long in the forefinger and your thumb. So your pointing finger and your thumb. They're always just a little bit too long for me. But these are very thick. So what I've got now here, this is not my hands. This is Wayne has come in and said, I'll start it for you. So that, you know, we can get into all the little tricky areas of the mould, round by the tentacles and the detail. And hopefully it'll demold okay. So I will just say there's no end shot and sequence to this video, because all you're going to see is the demold part. Here we are. Here I come back with my green gloves, or my greenish blue gloves. These gloves are great, by the way. They're very thick, very thick. And so all you'll see is a bit of a demold going on. And then it's a case of thank you for watching. Make sure you click notification all so that you can see part 2, where you'll see where this lovely octopus is used. Look at the two. See, look, we've got the broken one, and then we've got the replacement one. The replacement one, I just opted to put glitter in and mica powder in with the resin. I didn't dust the inside of the mould, but I still think he's just as lovely. And he will come to all his greatness when you see part 2. Now, keeping my fingers crossed for the demold section of these ammonites. So as I said, these aren't necessarily all of them going to be used in this video or this project in part 2, but just wanted to see whether or not they were any better, and they are a lot better. So I think in future, for me, certainly, if I use epoxy resin, I'm going to stick with the 1-to-1 mixing ratio, regular resin, where it takes at least 24 hours to cure. I'm not going to try the 4-hour demold because it just doesn't seem to work for me, and I'd rather not waste the resin. So here we go, we're just demoulding a few more. If you want to see how we've used these ammonite moulds in the past, why not look at our playlist and you'll see exactly how we've used them, where we've made them independents and also earrings, and just generally with the larger pieces, interior accents for your home. But these ones, the ones we don't use in part 2 of this project, in part 2 video, we will definitely be using in a future project, which you will see at some point in the very near future. So I suppose leaving you with these end shots here of the demold happening, just to say thank you so much if you have watched this today. Please do like, share, subscribe, hit the notification all button, and part 2 will be coming in on Sunday, actually in 2 days time. So not long to wait, and you will see part 2 where again another type of resin is used, and it really does, the finished piece, or pieces in fact, because there's 2, look absolutely stunning. Those 2 pieces won't be going up for sale on our website because we're actually going to keep them. But if you want something made that's similar or the same as that, the same as we can get it, then you know, send us a direct message, lottiejasminedesigns@gmail.com, and you know, we'll contact you back. Thanks again, everybody. Hi to everybody in the live chat. Hope you've enjoyed having a chat with us, and we'll see you again in a couple of days. Bye bye.